Hello everyone and welcome back to the MOC Collective. And for today's video, I want to talk about how people really need to stop blaming men and the patriarchy for women's evilness to other women. Let's get this straight. Blaming the patriarchy for women's cruelty towards other women is weak, lazy, and flat out dishonest. And it's time to stop pretending that women are some passive victims of a system that forces them to be evil to each other. At some point, women have to take responsibility for their own actions instead of hiding behind tired excuses. So stop using the patriarchy as a crutch and face the truth. Women can be just as petty, manipulative, and downright cruel as anyone else. The patriarchy may have created a world where women face unfair expectations, but that doesn't mean women are helpless. People are responsible for their own choices, and many women choose to throw their fellow women under the bus because they want to. Whether it's jealousy, competition, or sheer insecurity, the idea that women are just mindlessly following the patriarchal script is absurd. If a woman bullies another woman, that's not the patriarchy's fault. That's her decision. Women, just like men, have the ability to be toxic without any external influence. And there's this ridiculous notion that women are inherently nurturing, supportive creatures. In reality, women can be just as ruthless and backstabbing as the worst of them. The same women who complain about the patriarchy are often the ones participating in petty gossip, tearing other women down behind their backs, and competing for attention in the same toxic ways they claim to despise in men. So women aren't above this behavior, and blaming the societal structure for it only lets women off the hook for their own cruelty. So this isn't a male exclusive issue. Women fight for power in a world dominated by men, but once they get some, they use it just as badly as the men they criticize. Women who climb the corporate ladder aren't suddenly more compassionate towards other women. They often use their position to sabotage those beneath them. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and the moment a woman gets a taste of power, she'll stop on whoever she needs to, including other women. So don't blame the patriarchy for this behavior. It's just a desire for power, something that's human, not gendered. And it's time to start pretending that jealousy is some byproduct of patriarchy. Women are just as capable of being jealous as anyone else, and often it's women who are the most destructive when they're envious of someone else's success, beauty, or achievements. The patriarchy may have told women to compete with each other, but that doesn't mean women have to listen. If a woman chooses to hate on another woman because she's too petty or too successful, that's not the patriarchy's fault. It's a personal issue. The constant victim narrative needs to be thrown out the window. Women love to cry about how hard life is because of the patriarchy, but then act as harshly towards each other as any man might. They're quick to say men are the problem, but they conveniently forget that women are just as capable of holding other women back. This mentality, constantly paying the victim, prevents women from taking any real responsibility for their toxic relationships they create. It's all about making excuses instead of making changes. So I think women need to take responsibility for their own actions, and blaming the patriarchy every time a woman is cruel or competitive is nonsense. Women are perfectly capable of being kind, supportive, and empowering without relying on a system of oppression. The truth is, the patriarchy didn't make women evil to other women. People's choices do. Women can do better, and they need to stop hiding behind the patriarchy to justify their toxic behavior. The world isn't changing unless women take accountability for their actions and stop using the patriarchy as a scapegoat.